Hello and welcome to IISD Esports. Here today we have our first stay late day in a long while. Very, very late, but I mean, like, yeah, I'm very happy that we get to do this again. You know what I mean? I'm going to make sure the audio is all good. All right, so first thing you might see, even if it's a little, crappily done on, we have a VTuber model for me, just to make sure that you guys have something to look at in between matches, because I know it can be kind of boring, waiting for matches to finally arrive. Anyways, we have our first match coming up here between Sylveon, who has been playing in preseason for a while, and a group called Calamity. And I don't know what these guys really do, but we'll see. These guys are supposed to be King K. Rool, I believe. Just depends on what color King K. Rool they are. Just regular King K. Rool. Okay. All right. And we are into the match. They send out a few projectiles, sending out a crown first to try to go and get some basic damage to go ahead and go off and start off with some pretty aggressive gameplay. I mean, with King K. Rool, it's all about being very, very aggressive from the beginning and sending out a lot of attacks to kind of to startle your opponent. You definitely see that with the crown and the gun that he has. But we see that our resident Pikachu is able to go ahead and put in some of the brakes on our King K. Rool, who is currently trying to keep his upper hand advantage. Dropped his crown, able to grab it again, sending out a bowling ball that failed, read by Pikachu. Forward air coming out of Pikachu will wrap up that stock on King K. Rool as he kind of starts to lead into some things, but that parry by King K. Rool will send Pikachu back. This may be the wrapping up of his stock so far because, he's pretty high percentage right now, and we have a King K. Rool that is not only able to parry quite well, that's a big part of working against such a high percentage, but also he is a heavy, so he's able to do a lot of really, really powerful attacks that are able to get something off. He loses his crown, losing one of his main projectiles that Spearo's back on stage. He grabs it, trying to block as many of those electric bounce balls coming out of Pikachu, but Pikachu 138% on his first stock and still able to get another stock away from King K. Rool as he tries to go ahead and wrap up the stock, leading very aggressively, trying to send him down, leading with some side B gameplay into aerial, but that back air coming out of King K. Rool almost wraps up that stock against Pikachu as he tries to get back up on stage. Just barely able to get back up on stage after that failed recovery. Going into that forward air. He's down, failing to get that down B. Sending out that ball into forward air. King K. Rool able to get back up with his very, very powerful recovery into another forward air as he falls down, but that super armor makes sure that nothing happens to him. And unfortunately, that stock against Pikachu is taken away by King K. Rool, but at 100%, it's very unlikely that it will be able to stay in this match for much more longer. I imagine that another forward air or back air can wrap this up very, very quickly, very, very swiftly. Trying to go for that neutral air, but it's read by King K. Rool. Grab into up grab, sending out a projectile, sending out some electric balls. Into a side air, grab, thrown, up air, almost wrapping up that stock, 181% any time now. This King K. Rool will be sent flying out of this match. 2 stocks left in favor of Pikachu. And that spike nearly takes away that last stock from King K. Rool, but he's able to recover just barely with his amazing recovery. But that, I believe, neutral B will take up that stock away from this King K. Rool. And that's what you see a lot of the time whenever it comes to King K. Rool, is that you know, we see a lot of aggressive gameplay, especially out of his kind of character. It makes sense, you know. He's such a heavy character with a powerful, you know, collection of aerials and projectiles to send out with his crown and with his gun. He's able to make very, very high pressure from the beginning, and especially with his crown, with it coming back, he can set up some pretty nasty combos against you. But Pikachu is very, very agile. He moves around quite a lot, and he's able to run around a slower character like King K. Rool, which, even though the fact that King K. Rool does have an absolutely busted super armor, he is still able to, you know, get some areas in and get some hits in against the King K. Rool, which ultimately led to that wrap up against him in that round. But now we go back, another match between King K. Rool and Sylveon. Sending it out in immediate guns, blocked by that electric ball coming out of Pikachu. Neutral air. That 4 air coming out of King K. Rool. A lot of damage getting racked up against King K. Rool, but King K. Rool grounds Pikachu into the neutral air, into up air. And that unfortunate free fall coming out of King K. Rool meant that he was not able to recover after that had occurred to him. Sending out some gun projectiles into the forward air. That side smash failing to land as it's blocked by Pikachu. Failing to set out that, failing to read the distance between Pikachu and that King K. Rool for that crown throw. Forward air, that combo landing against Pikachu there, sending him back quite far. That grab and that up grab, a throw. That forward with that crown was perfectly placed just on the bottom of the stage, maybe not readable quite fully to our Pikachu. That grab into back throw, unfortunately sending the Pikachu back out of this stage, but with 2 stocks against a 2 empty stock. I mean, it's clear that that this King K. Rool might be outmaneuvered by this Pikachu here and might lose its extra stock here. Or not its extra stock. Its second stock. That parry coming out of King K. Rool, even though it was against an electric projectile, Pikachu was so close to that it still landed in that damage being reflected back. That up smash had sent King K. Rool out. 2 lives left on Pikachu, 1 life left on King K. Rool, but unfortunately the Pikachu is grounded. A lot of damage getting racked up against that Pikachu. If he's not able to wrap up the stock against this King K. Rool, it'll be a roughly even match, and if he's not able to get back that advantage that he has even against a King K. Rool that may be at lower percentages, he's not going to be able to win this one. Sending out that throne, that failed side smash, but immediately insisted for by that grab and that forward smash, sending that Pikachu out. You know, like, ground is such a useful tool whenever you're trying to send up a lot of damage, and it seems like this King K. Rool has played his character quite well enough to know how to set up those that grounded rapid jab into that smash combo. Just being able to punish the fact that he was able to get that ground is such a useful tool for a King K. Rool like this. quite defensive gameplay on the edge here by Pikachu. But we see that King K. Rool has somewhat good things to try to get back on ledge, but it's not amazing. That grab into back throw, nearly wiping out that final stock on Pikachu. But he's able to come back, but 144 damage against this King K. Rool. It might be close. Calamity might lose here. His final stock. And with that final stock wrapped up by Pikachu, Sylveon will continue on to further his career here. Wow. Okay. I mean, like, even though that this was 2-0, or this 0-2, I guess, with the setup, it was still very impressive to see how this King K. Rool was able to, you know, play around him and being able to really play into his failures, knowing his character enough to be able to roll with some punishes here and there. I mean, it is just a powerful skill to be able to use with your character, and that's why it's really important that you do practice your character enough, so then you can eventually get those awesome offensive moves on him. All right. Well, that's our match for today, and I doubt that he's going to stick around for any online matches. So I will catch you next time. Thank you for accompanying me on this Stay Late day. Though I don't see any views, so this will probably just be on the YouTube channel, and you guys can view it at any time under our VODs. Thank you for listening. This is your host,